Hey everyone. I know this video has been a super long time coming. I've been trying to get this out for well over a month. No fault obviously of anybody's except for mine. A lot of technical difficulties. So I'm finally getting this last little bit out. It's not a super long video. It just kind of covers a few odds and ends on what I did to finish this quilt up and how the quilt has turned out. I'm pretty thrilled with how it came out, not knowing what I was doing. So I hope you enjoy, and thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for watching, and thank you for subscribing. I love it. I love it when you guys ask questions. So please stay in touch, and I wish you all a very, very, very happy Thanksgiving. Hey everyone. So here we are. This is part 3 of Carrie's Lone Star. And I tried to do as much video on it as I possibly could, but basically all it is showing the machine quilting and not me talking about what I've done or what I haven't done. And a huge part of that is because I had no idea what I was doing. So what I want to do here is just kind of give you a little bit of an idea of how I set up this background to quilt. And you'll see it in the final images when it's completely done. But what I had to do here is I had to figure out how to place this edge-to-edge background around a circle with little points already stitched in, and trying not to make it go over. So what I did is I set it up in sections, and I would go in to Pro Stitcher and I would set up my area, but finely outlining, finally setting up the area around the curved part of the outside ring of that Lone Star, along with those little points. And you'll see some of those a little bit later on in this video, just to see if I could get it to work. Now, seriously, I had no idea what I was doing. I had no idea if it was going to work out. I had no idea that this was going to turn out the way it did. And I did mess up in a couple of spots, but seriously, it's not noticeable at all. But again, setting the area and doing micro points in the multi-point area for Pro Stitcher is what hugely, hugely helped me set this up. And then I would just kind of delete the motif from the outside of it, making sure that the motif rolled across and fit within the other areas. So like on a couple of these, you'll see where there's kind of an outline with little bobs and bobbles and round areas, and that was literally tracing around all of that to make sure it fit. This has really been a huge learning experience. I'm having a lot of fun with it, and I'm also getting a much better understanding on how to put things together and actually get them to work. This particular design is called Seafoam. I purchased it through Urban Elements, and I'll put a link below for you on that one if it's something that you're all interested. I love some of her patterns. She does some really, really great stuff. And I love how this particular design stitched out and how it looks on this particular quilt. Now I got a long jump, so here we go. This is what comes up. And what I do is I tie off here and I reposition it. In this particular case, I'm not going to. I'm going to cancel it here because I need to make sure that I don't cut it right here. It'll stitch a straight line across at these areas. Oops, cancel. Let's go back. There we go. So it'll stitch a straight line straight across right here, and I don't want it to do that because I still have a bit of an area. Go back down here at the bottom of the quilt that I need to do. So this design comes just down to below, just a hair below the point right here is what I've got listed out, and so you can see that point is right there. And so I don't want it to do that. I want it to be fluid all the way down. So it's kind of how I've been working this start to finish is, you know, probably 2 rows at a time. But yeah, it's really pretty. I really like how it came out. So I'm gonna zoom back out so you can kind of get a full view of it. And again, I actually brought this design down to about half of its height to get it to fit better into this particular quilt. So I'm gonna keep moving on this, see where I end up. All right, hang on. This is it. So this is the very last section, the very bottom of this quilt that needs to be stitched out. So there's a huge stitch out area. That's the whole bottom with all the selections all the way around. And so now we're working on getting it to follow through as best we can. So I'm going to let this one stitch out and see where this leads us. Probably have one more run across once this one goes all the way through. The hardest part is making sure that the ends, the very end is even. Especially since I'm at the very tail end of this quilt. So here we go. This is it. These are the last stitches.